Okay, I slept and had a few thoughts, and so I cut some strips, some squares, to go and finish off this page. And so I'm just going to put those in place. And so I got to thinking that it's kind of hard to, the measuring, and maybe it's my eyes getting a little bit older, but the measuring is kind of difficult. That 1 7/8 is not so easy. And I'll prove that to you. Is the space here and the space here is different because I didn't measure very good there, so I missed. So I'm just going to put my journaling strips down, and I got my sticker sheets, what was remaining of my sticker sheets, and I'm going to put a moment in time here with some pretty greenery. There's some real pretty stickers on this sheet. I don't know, why do I always do that? I always put something down and then I decide I want to put something under it. So there, and I think I'll use this one. Kind of going up that way, kind of looks like it's got horns. Okay, so, and I cut a couple of the zip strips, some little dark ones, and put them here. And so this is basically the redo of the Project 3 that I lost videotaping. And so, but then I was thinking, this is where I was thinking. And I'm going to go ahead and do my little washi tape again. And this is going to be, I'm hoping, an easier way of doing it. A little bit easier to see, maybe. So what I'm going to do is the first couple of measurements, which went from 12 over, so 4.5 inches over, so that's here. So I'm going to do that measurement. And then I made a strip that's 1 7/8 inches wide. And so I was thinking it would just be easier to make a strip knowing that you're going to get exactly the same measurement each time. So all you have to do is line it up with your previous pencil mark. And, you know, you can scoot it down to extend the line. And scoot it up to extend the line. And this way you know you're going to get exactly the same measurement each time you do it. So you can take it or leave it, but if you want an easier way and not having to do the measuring each time, which is pretty fine measuring down to 7/8 of an inch, then this is a different way of doing it. So let me just look. And that starts the 2 inches in. So from the 10 down to the 2. Okay, so I'm going to run my first line there. And then I'm going to use my strip to make my additional lines here. Once again, extending it. And then one more. You know, I wish I thought about this to begin with, but you know, you don't. You try to find easier ways of doing it after you've done it once or twice. So, okay, so let me see. 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, and 4 lines. Okay, so there's all my lines. Now, I don't know how this is going to go, but I mentioned something about, this is considerably slimmer than the stamp that I used. But I'm going to go ahead and try this and see how it works. The only problem is you can't really tell when you're right on the line. And this is a much bolder, using the shimmer tape, is a much bolder look than the little delicate silver stamp that you've seen done. And so I'm going to, now what you could do is put it right on the line, and then you know that it's straight from one end to the other. Like I said, this is going to be a much bolder look. And I'm not going to make the whole page. I'm just going to, you know, put a few lines on to kind of give you a feel for what it looks like and see whether, you know, that's something that you want to do. You know, the nice thing is you can take this idea, which I kind of like this idea. I'm having a hard time getting rid of the tape. This is why I say it's always good to leave a little bit of, okay, bottom side, so bottom side. And I might just use this for a different layout. It is bold, and so maybe what you would want to do with a bolder look is to use bolder colors rather than the delicate pinks and greens. So you may want to go with some sapphires, some, you know, much bolder colors. And it does stand out. You just want to make sure that you're putting the edge of your line in the same, use the same measuring thing so you get your squares the same size. So like I'm putting it on the top side of that line. And I would put it on the top side of the next line, if you see what I'm talking about here. This is a much, much bolder look. You'll see when I show you the comparison. But anyway, since I mentioned it, I thought, well, let me see what that looks like in case somebody decides to do it. They have kind of a visual of what I'm talking about. Once again, the top side of the line. Okay, so I'm not gonna, oh heck, right down to the end. I might as well just go ahead and do it, right? Hopefully I've got enough silver left here. Top side of the line, top side of the line. Yeah, I just ran out. Anyway, that's, you kind of get the idea. That's what that looks like. And if I go ahead and trim it out, then I can show you how the original page came out, because you didn't get to see that. And maybe to tone this down, instead of using white, you could use, you know, a colored paper, one of our colored cardstocks, or a gray, and it would probably tone it down considerably. So that's that look compared to this. And so you see how, you know, the shininess here, it's a much more delicate look than the boldness of the shimmer tape. But it is much faster. So, and then the original page that I did, that I videoed that didn't come out, this is how it came out. And so, you know, I really like this page, and I really like this idea of the diagonal lines and filling in with some of the our coordinated papers and cardstocks. And so this is the finish of the deluxe Feels Like Home scrapbook workshop. So this is project 3, done several different ways. So I hope you enjoyed it, and you know, it's such a pretty, such pretty papers and such nice layouts. I hope that you consider doing it, and I hope you consider taking on doing some of the embossing, the heat embossing with the new tinsel embossing powders. So thank you so much for watching. This is Dorothy Smith, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd love to have you learn along with me. Thanks. Bye-bye.